Nick here from thegameraccess.com here with Drew Murray of Insomniac Games. He's the lead designer of Resistance 3. He's going to give us a walkthrough of Resistance 3 and tell us a little bit about the game.
This is one of our Haven levels. This is where you start the game. This is about probably 30 minutes or so into the game, and the Chimera, you've been hiding out with your family, with your wife and kid, just living in these underground tunnels, just trying to survive. You know, the war's been lost. The Chimera found you again, and yeah, you're trying to hold them off long enough for the rest of the town to escape.
So does this continue off where Resistance 2 left off?
This is a few years later. You're playing Joseph Capelli, the man who killed Nathan Hale at the end of Resistance 3, and yeah, man, it's a tough world right now. There's no government left, no military, just trying to hang on as best you can.
All right, now obviously with how Resistance 2 ended, with Nathan Hale kind of having that freak accident at the end, how can we expect this to change with Resistance 3?
Well, you know, we've got brought back a lot of fan favorites on the guns, like the Magnum here, where you shoot and then with a secondary fire you can detonate it with an explosion. Boom, pop his head off. There you go. We brought back the weapon wheel from Resistance 1, which a lot of fans had missed in Resistance 2, so you can carry all the guns. We've also brought in a weapon upgrade system, so the more you use the weapons, the better they're gonna get. So you can see here, this is the auger. I can shoot through cover with this gun, so that guy's trying to get to me, but I'm not even gonna let him get over here. He's dead.
Now, one thing that you guys did different this year is you went with the 3-year development cycle on Resistance 3. How has that benefited you over the 2-year development cycle that you guys have been using previously?
You know, it's been a huge help. We've got to just spend a lot more time on animations, on the game. We've redone all the weapons from the ground up, like improving the HUDs. You can see when I go into the scope view, we've got a lot more interesting stuff. With the bullseye here, we've got sort of this alien-looking iron sight. And we just spent a lot more time on the atmosphere. You can see all these particles flying around with this crazy terraformer coming in the background that's going to, at the end of this level, just going to come through and tear through the city.
So has Resistance 3 been in development since the very end of Resistance 2? When you guys finished Resistance 2, do you guys just go ahead and jump and start working with Resistance 3? You guys take a break? How long you guys been working on Resistance 3?
We jumped right in. It's been a full 3 years. We went and did a year of pre-production. Spent a year in full production. We spent the last year just polishing everything we had.
Definitely, I can definitely see a difference with the graphical qualities. Visually, the game looks absolutely stunning. Big quality difference over your previous versions. Now, how long can we expect the story mode to last with Resistance 3?
We haven't. Oh shit! I can't believe I just died on my own thing. I know. It's hard to talk and play, kids. It's going to be a long thing. Anyone who's been unhappy with the 5-hour campaigns that have been coming out lately will be very happy with Resistance 3.
Definitely. So we talked about the single player a little bit. Can we talk a little bit about the multiplayer? Too early?
No, yeah, we've got 8v8 multiplayer. Our big thing with multiplayer was player choice. We wanted players to have a lot of options. So we've got all the guns from single player. You can purchase all the upgrades. We've got a lot of abilities, like things like drop-in radar beacons and turrets and bubble shields. We've got an ability we call Tracker that you can turn on and actually see the footprints of enemies who have run by recently. And all that stuff is purchasable. And instead of us sort of creating classes like a sniper class or a close-up guy, we let players put those together however they want. And so around the office, everyone's got their own favorite builds and their own favorite ways that they like to play, and you know, even playing different maps and different like deathmatch versus objective modes and stuff like that. There's just a lot of player choice and infinite possibilities.
Okay, now the one thing that you guys brought with Resistance 2 that a lot of people enjoyed was the co-op. What can we expect to be revolutionized with Resistance 3's co-op that did not exist previously in Resistance 2?
You know, with one of what you were asking, what was something that people missed? One of the things people missed from Resistance 1 was the co-op through the campaign. We got a lot of complaints that people like just sitting on a couch with their buddy, drinking a beer, and playing through the campaign. So we brought back campaign co-op. So you'll be able to play through the entire campaign in co-op in Resistance 3.
All right, cool. Now, with Resistance 3 coming out end of this year, I mean, there's a lot of games coming out this year. The competition is tough. You guys have a lot of competition. Do you guys feel confident that you can compete?
Yeah, totally. I think, there's a lot of shooters right now. It's definitely a trend towards the sort of contemporary modern shooter, and I think Resistance 3 has a lot of wacky stuff. We got aliens, we got some crazy boss battles, we got weird wacky weapons that upgrade. We got a really different sort of feel and story, and I think if I'm a big fan of Call of Duty. I'm really looking forward to Battlefield 3 and a lot of the shooters that come out, but I think we're going to stand out as something really different.
Right, and you mentioned Call of Duty and Battlefield. How would you say Resistance 3 differentiates itself from the market? Because there's a lot of Call of Duty clones out there, a lot of people trying to imitate those games. How do you feel that Resistance 3 kind of steps outside of the box and differentiates itself on the market?
I think we've got so many different enemies that behave in different ways. A lot more variety in that sense. We've got things like bosses. We've got these weapons. Like, obviously Call of Duty isn't going to have. Let me pull up my bullseye here. I'll come and tag that guy, and so now wherever I go, all my bullets are going to go and hit that guy. So, some of the later enemies, we have these long legs that are jumping all over the place. Man, what you want to do is totally tag those guys, and no matter where they go, that's where your bullets are headed. So just a lot more sort of strategic choice, a lot more different options, and just a really different sort of science fiction feel than some of those other games are going to have.
Well, we definitely appreciate your time. I got to end it off with one quick question. I know you may not be able to say much, but is Resistance 3 the end for the franchise?
I think the Resistance franchise is built around a big world, a big story. I'm sure we're going to see more at some point.
You heard it. Resistance 3 is not the end. Definitely stay.
We have announced that Nihilistic is making an NGP game that's coming out. So
definitely look forward to that. The NGP PlayStation Vita definitely looks interesting. Thank you all. Looking forward to it coming out into this year. Peace.
Access granted.